Hello and welcome to the crew Motorfest. Over the next couple of videos we are going to be covering all of the playlists in the crew Motorfest and just giving you my opinion or my experience with their playlist and some advice and tips and tricks to help you along with it. So if you guys do going to enjoy this video and want to see more of the crew Motorfest content, well, hit that like and subscribe button. So firstly, we're going over the playlist that I think you should start with first, and this is the Scenic tour. Now this is one of the longer playlists in the game, however it reaps some incredible rewards, including a free speedboat, a free plane to just help you get around the map a whole lot faster than to be actually driving all over the place. So firstly, you get that, as well as you get an off-road beach inspired Ford Bronco at the end of it. So this really helps you out in the long run because you're saving on a boat and you're saving on a plane, which is actually the fastest way to get around the map. So with that being said, this playlist has 9 events in total. So the first event, we are getting put into a Ford GT around the Motorfest circuit. Honestly, a super fun event. If you saw my video yesterday, I went into detail about it, and overall experience, solid 8 out of 10. The driver rating that I set the difficulty to was absolutely perfect. The Ford GT handles like a dream. It has all the power you need and it's just an absolute blast, and the handling of the Ford GT is absolutely perfect. But if we jump on over to the second event, this is where the handling left chat. Yeah, the handling system just jumped off a cliff because we got put into this shortened VW bus. And if you saw my video yesterday, I went into detail of how much I absolutely despise this VW bus. So I'm not even going to talk about much. This is a rather long event, with the average time being over 7 minutes, so it is a very lengthy event. And considering the fact that you're driving a vehicle that isn't that fast, average speed without nitrous is about 203 flat out. So yes, you aren't going that fast in this VW bus, and the handling is horrendous, so that doesn't help with the fact. Then we have the third event. This event I enjoyed quite a lot. You get thrown into a BMW Z4, the M40i, and just experience the wide roads, top down, sun glowing, and just being around some other incredible roadsters and absolutely tramping them across Hawaii. It is so much fun and a really enjoyable experience. Plus, so if you up the difficulty, the AI is actually quite intense, as they'll push you and they aren't afraid to get rough with you, and I really enjoy that. A lot of games you don't really see that. Like if you put the difficulty up in other games, they just leave you. They don't actually get aggressive, they don't start pushing back, they just they just end up rubber banding and kicking down from you. So honestly, the crew Motorfest, the aggression from the AI is honestly so intense and so much fun. Also, what I like about this playlist, jump into it first so you can actually get a handling of, so you can actually get some sorts of an idea of how vehicles handle. Yes, I made a whole discussion about this, but the handling of each car is different, but you still get a feel of the base game of somewhat how vehicles handle, how old cars handle, how new cars handle, whether it's front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive. You just get some sorts of a feeling for it. And this Scenic tour playlist does such an amazing job of giving you a feel for absolutely everything. So after that, turn over into a Ford Bronco. This is actually the Ford Bronco that you win at the end of the playlist. And the off-roading is, and this is the first taste of off-roading we get out of prologue, and we're traveling along the beach, back on the road, off the road, and we just get a fun experience. And it's a bit tricky because If you're not used to the handling, the vehicle will be a bit all over the place and a bit difficult to handle. But as I said, I'm already picking up and understanding how these vehicles handle, and honestly I'm beginning to fall in love with the Crew Motorfest. The game is so light-hearted and fun and just an overall enjoyable experience, and no matter what you want to do, there is something for you in this game. So Ford Bronco race was fun, lot of jumps, lot of just excitement, and overall a good time. Then we head into a Camaro, classic American muscle race, and these cars, the handling, yo, it was giving me flashbacks of VW Bus. Honestly, it's not as bad because I don't think anything can top that VW Bus. That thing was horrendous. But yes, you get a mix of classic muscle cars, modern muscle cars, and you're just going down a windy road, so that's not really the best recipe. However, it's still a super fun event, and honestly it's gonna leave you with a fat smile on your face. This is an off-road Dodge Challenger, and this car handles awfully. It is terrible. The car, it just, you can feel, they say it's a rally spec, rally raid spec, whatever you want to call it. It's not good. I do not enjoy my time with it. The handling, because it's rear wheel drive, it wants to slide out a lot, especially since we're off-road, it wants to slide out even more. But it still handles better than that VW Bus. I hate that bus. Calm down. The Dodge Challenger was fun, but with riding around through the jungle, it can be a bit of a daunting task, and you might find yourself driving up a bank or driving through a few trees. So it is something that you need to be careful of, because it is a bit all over the place. Now, something that you do need to remember with this entire playlist, as long as you finish the event, it counts. It doesn't matter whether you finish in first place, last place, it does not matter. But I was struggling because, as I said, just look, it's honestly a boat on land. And then talking about boats, that's actually the next event that we're gonna head into. So this is the first time you ever put into a boat in the Crew Motorfest. Well, for me, because this was my first playlist, and the experience for myself, this feels identical to the Crew 2. I don't feel any difference when it comes to boats. And just look at this, I got pushed square into this small abandoned wreck ship that you're supposed to travel through, and that was my race over. I just had to end up trying to chase them down, and I still ended up finishing in dead last, about 10 seconds off the first place. But thankfully, as I said, you can finish in dead last and you still move on, and that right there is when you get gifted your free boat. Then if you head on over to the second to last event, you end up doing a time trial with a plane. This is such a laid back event, and it's all about you just trying to match the angle of the image within the square that you need to fly through. Once you do that, there's really no challenge with this. It was such an absolute breeze, and you can really take in the detail and how big this island actually is. And to be honest with you, I love this event. It was one of my favorite events in the playlist. It was so chill, and somehow I still managed to end up crashing this. Now literally at the end, going into the finish, I end up getting hooked on one of these small little metal rods, and I had to roll across the finish line. So that was just honestly, it's driver error. Then now with the plane equipped, this honestly changed my life. From now on, if I see anything is a far distance away, I'm in my plane, I'm gone. I am not driving across the map. It saves you so much time, especially if you just want to keep racing back and back, back to back to back. It saves you it saves you so much time. Then we had this, what honestly felt like a midnight club type of a race, the way we were going through the city and jumping, driving upstairs and jumping off buildings, driving on top of buildings. It's really out there. It's a wild race, and the Honda that we were given is so good. It's such a good vehicle. Even the cars that you're competing against just make the entire event so much fun. And after that, that's it. That's the playlist done. You just need to head back on over to the original spot where you started the playlist and pick up your reward of a Ford Bronco. So this playlist, super fun, super enjoyable, light-hearted. Hate the second event. The challenger events in the jungle too, also not the best, but overall I'll give this playlist a solid 7 out of 10. So much fun, and just the perks alone make it a necessary thing to do. And I suggest, if you haven't started playing the crew Motorfest yet and you really want to get into it, do this playlist first. It's gonna help out a ton, and then the playlists are suggested to you as which ones you should do next. So with all this being said, if you guys still going to enjoy this video, don't forget, leave a like and subscribe for more Crew Motorfest content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.